Doctor! Not unless we change the polarity.
Reverse it.
Reverse what?
Reverse the polarity. I reverse the polarity of the neutron flow.
Reverse the polarity. What?
Reverse the temporal polarity.
Howdy listeners, and welcome to Hello Shite, the bad culture podcast, in which we'll be trying to polish culture's biggest turds. Or, if we can't do that, at least spray them liberally with Febreze mist and present them in a slightly jaunty hat. My name is E.O. Higgins, and I'm joined, as always, by the claws of Axos and twitchy Dalek half-stalk that is Mr. Marc Green!
I just want to be loved.
News. These are getting worse. That was terrible. Oh, yeah, you should be ashamed of yourself. Hello, yeah. So here we are in the pre-section, everyone's favourite, long-winded section.
The post-section.
That's it. So we have some interesting things this week. We have been asked to review some things by some members of the public here.
Are they still contacting us?
They are.
Do they not realise this is our gig and we know what we're doing?
And no, I think we've made it look like we don't know what we're doing and they're trying to help out. So Johnny Maines is back this week. He, when he found out we were doing a sci-fi version, he came up with a couple of unsolicited titles for us.
Oh, okay.
But they are quite good. So,
yeah. They need to get a mention then.
Yeah, no, they're fine. And I haven't thought of anything better. So he's taken the sting out of that job. He says, should it be called In Space No One Can Hear You Shite?
Oh, from the Alien rip-off.
Yeah, that's nice.
Okay,
that's good.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah.
Or to boldly shite where nobody's shited before.
But it is a Doctor Who episode.
Yeah, but at that point I put my poll up. I put 3 polls up.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
And one was about which one should we do? Should we do a Star Trek or a Doctor Who? Overwhelmingly, it was Doctor Who.
As we established as well, our envelope we work in is pretty much British and camp.
Yeah.
Anything outside of that was stuff.
Seems to be what the audience want and demand.
Yeah.
And also I put up one asking, because at during the last episode you asked who had the best gag this week.
Yes.
Gotta say that was a bit of a landslide for Team Edward.
What, the one after you spent with the 5 weeks of writers working out and I made up on the spot?
Yeah, well, you could tell, couldn't you? That was worth every penny from the kids in the hole.
Ed's son's not going to university now.
It was worth it. He probably wasn't going to go anyway, let's face it. Andrew Kerr wrote to us over the Facebooks, and he said, can you review Buck Rogers?
No, we like Buck Rogers.
No.
Why do you want to destroy something we love? It's got that lovely woman in it.
Erin Gray.
She's lovely.
Yeah.
It's got Tweaky with a brilliant
Mel Blanc.
catchphrase.
Yeah.
What's up, Buck?
That was rubbish.
Well, you give it
Okay, that was also rubbish.
Yeah.
Shit. Okay, Mark the Holmes Jones.
Sorry, Mark the Holmes Jones.
That's right.
Is it Mark the Homeless Jones?
Mark the Holmes Jones asked us, would we investigate the student cookery show from the 1990s, Get Stuffed?
Oh, I remember that. Get Stuffed!
Get Stuffed!
Yeah.
What do you remember about that?
Not a lot, really. I remember it coming home from school or university slightly drunk or whatever, and put it on, really.
Well, back when we didn't have 24 hours worth of television or catch-up or anything like that.
It was very limited choice.
Yeah,
that was it, really.
And it was ITV, and it was...
I think it was either that
3 in the morning.
Open University with some weird professor talking about maths or something.
Yeah, guys with the beards and the kind of
Wasn't the
slightly
premise-
American voices. And...
Wasn't the premise of the show they went into the cupboard, you had some baked beans or cauliflower and some toast or something?
Yeah, there was a lot of on-toast range going on in those cookery shows. But it was, you used to go and they'd take cameras to go to the worst student accommodation ever to watch some bloke with long hair make a ham sandwich or something.
Yes.
But it was on, so I watched it. So what I remember was American Gladiators.
Oh.
And then that, and then Hitman and Her. Do you remember that?
Oh yeah.
That was my route to bed in those days. Oh, halcyon days.
Nice.
Anyway, so shall we discuss? Oh, we've had, in an unusual move for the Hello Shite podcast.
Yep.
The subject of today's show, we've actually been chatting with one of the stars of
Yeah,
this
we
show.
have, which is very odd, actually.
That's never happened before.
I mean, to be honest
I
with
mean,
you...
where was Akora?
Yeah.
I thought he'd get involved.
And to be honest, we've had to change tack now because we have to be nice to this person because no one else has bothered talking to us yet.
That's true. But, I mean, she's... I wasn't ever nasty about her anyway.
What was her name? Manning, was it?
Katie Manning.
That's right, yeah.
Oh, we haven't
yeah.
discussed what... We should probably tell people what we're reviewing, really. Do you want to
yeah.
do that?
So this weekend we've been looking at Doctor Who Day of the Daleks.
That's right. From 1972?
Yeah, that sounds about right.
1972,
Yeah, yes. 4 episodes.
Yeah. 3 of which are on Daily Motion.
We need to make an admission here. Ed started doing this.
Yeah.
He hadn't had the foresight to actually think, are all episodes up on the
I
internet?
just assumed
Yes.
that someone who'd put up 3 episodes would have put the last one
What
up.
cruel person puts up 3 but not 4?
He's the kind of guy that goes around to mystery books in the library and rips the last page out.
Yes. So anyway, we did Day of the Daleks. It's terrible. It is terrible.
I liked it. I gotta say, I kind of liked it.
It's another hour of my life I'm not getting back.
It was a bit more than that.
Yeah, you're right, yeah.
So it must have flown by. You didn't even realise.
Well, we had to buy it on Amazon in the end, and it comes with the special edition as well, which
Yes.
involves more money spent on it.
But do you want to, as a lovely gift to our listeners, want to give...
So we can give this, because we had to buy it, we're more than happy to give it away, because I don't want it in my collection, to be blunt. So,
I'd have it, but...
if you want it, just come back on Twitter or Facebook or email us and say, I want it. And then we decide who gets it.
No, we should make people write us nice reviews on things. That's what we should do, because no one's doing that.
Okay, so if you do a review, and you tell us you do a review, and it's a nice review...
And it mentions getting the DVD.
Yeah.
You'll go into a hat.
Yeah.
And then you can have... Yeah.
Perfect.
Perfect. That sounds like a good competition.
It does.
We gain, they gain.
Yes,
It's all
everyone's
there.
happy.
Everyone's happy. There you go. That's actually a good idea.
Yeah.
Oh, God. I've got this marketing shit down now.
You have, mate, you have.
Episode 1. It opens with a haughty-looking man with a moustache sitting at a desk in a Victorian study with a very nice Chesterfield sofa in it. Suddenly, hearing a noise, the man gets up from his leather-topped desk and mooches across to the French windows, where a man in some futuristic-looking snow camo gear appears,
Yeah.
looking a bit like a stray member of E17
Yeah.
from 1991,
Yeah.
and he waves a ray gun in his direction. Then suddenly, there's a big, swirly special effect thing.
You say special.
There's an effect thing,
Yeah.
and he disappears again. Oh, that was good, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was pretty awful, really, wasn't it? I mean, it's just rubbish. It was... The guy just appears from nowhere. There's no context. I mean, it's just the point of it, I guess.
Yeah.
And, burst through the doors.
Yeah.
And,
French windows.
rubbish.
Yeah. Cut to UNIT, or the United Nations Intelligence Task Force headquarters, where an even haughtier looking man with a moustache, Brigadier Lethbridge Stewart, receives a curt phone call from about the incident from a shouty minister. Although clearly he can't be asked to look into this himself, he decides to delegate the task to his 700-year-old alien Time Lord mate. Meanwhile, the Doctor, who is also haughty but less moustachy, and instead dressed like Jimi Hendrix, is fiddling with the TARDIS console whilst intermittently patronising his assistant Joe.
Yeah. So Joe's the one that we've been talking to.
Yes.
Just to make that clear to the listeners.
Yeah.
That's the type of circles we run in
Excellent
now.
knickers.
Yes, they get flashed quite a lot, don't they? Yeah.
I like that.
And good for continuity, they're read all the way through.
Good. Glad you took note of that.
Yeah, well...
Yeah, I mean, Marc doesn't write a lot of notes.
No.
But then he's got his knicker tally. Yes. Yep. And
I've checked every scene and those pants are the same colour, I can confirm, Ed. Nothing gets
I
past
think
this
they
guy.
may have filmed this on one day.
Yeah.
So it's possible.
There's been no pant change in the you know. And again, so they're around the TARDIS console.
That's right.
I'm a bit confused with the top because I'm used to the...
You had an issue with a pen here. didn't
Well,
you?
yeah, the other thing I was going to say before I get to the pen as well is that
Right.
the TARDIS, it didn't look like Doctor Who as I remember it, because it was almost like Doctor Who in a castle. It was almost like they just put the TARDIS console in like an old room.
Well, that room does change quite a lot throughout the series. It's they mention it in the new series as the desktop changes, as you would with your modern computers.
Well,
so,
obviously they're using
if you look back at the old versions, there's just a piece of cloth draped over the background because they clearly didn't have the budget. But
well, speaking of budgets, they had I noticed they were using a clipboard and pen.
Yep.
At which point one of the pens drops and disappears magically, then reappears in her hand.
Oh, nice continuity error there. I like it.
So at this point as well, so Doctor Who is mucking around with the machine, isn't he?
Yes.
And then their future selves arrive.
That's right.
Yes.
That is exactly what happens. Just as he's bending over, a duplicate of him and Joe appear in the background.
Yeah.
And obviously the two doctors, as they're inclined to do, squabble a bit.
Yeah.
This won't do at all.
No.
There can't be two of us running around. And with that, they disappear.
Yeah.
Well, it was a bit pointless.
No, they disappear in a puff of smoke.
Yeah.
There is a puff of smoke.
Because as you know, with these time displacement things...
I'm guessing
it's always a puff of
Pertwee's
smoke.
down there with the smoke thing ready to go. Gonna let it go.
What happens next makes clear what Joe's job is in this. Just in case the viewers hadn't worked out what was happening just by watching it, she's luckily on hand to make some fairly clunky exposition.
Yeah.
What's going on? Well, there was another me and another you. Where have they gone? We've just seen them disappear in front of your very eyes, woman.
Yeah. He's mildly patronising to her here as well, isn't he? And so, what do you mean you don't understand the issues around temporal mechanics? And what are they doing on the clipboard as well?
It's Kieran O'Keefe's clipboard, so she's just drawing big balls. That's what it is.
And then presenting to the Doctor and he ticks them off.
She's looking through your knicker
Analysis,
spreadsheet. Yeah. Good.
Red pants, check.
So in comes the Brigadier and informs that the man we saw earlier was in fact the ghost come in through his French windows. Is in fact Sir Reginald Styles. Good name.
Yes.
A top UN official, and would you believe it? It looks like the Third World War is imminent, and it's a disaster. The Chinese delegation are refusing to attend.
Yes.
So that's like there'll just be a war then. If only Styles could get over to Peking.
Yeah.
Or Beijing.
Yeah. I think it was Peking.
Yeah, it was there. He might be able to save the day. But the man who comes through the French windows last night and threatened him, there's no way he's getting on an aeroplane.
No.
Don't know why those two things. You think you want to get away from there quite quickly, wouldn't you?
Oh, so why are they instead of calling the Doctor, why are they not called Derek Agora? Because they clearly used the word ghost.
Yeah.
Why are the most haunted team not? Why is Yvette not there sorting it out?
Well, I don't know.
So they engage with the Doctor.
Yeah.
He comes in and meets Sir Reginald Styles.
Yeah.
They find the ray gun. That's not evidence enough for Reginald. They have to find skid marks on the floor. And then the Doctor points this out, and then he has to think maybe
boot marks,
this was
not
real.
skid marks.
Okay,
You've only
boot
said
marks.
skid marks to be
Comedy effect.
Yeah. Anyway, they go to Styles' place, and Doctor and Brigadier have a massive hort off.
Yeah.
Which Styles wins by finally flouncing out of the room to the airport.
Yeah.
So he's going to the airport then.
Yeah.
Searching the grounds of the house. This is the bit you're talking about. One of the Brigadier's men discover a square plastic box.
Yes.
Which the Doctor says is a crude time travel device.
Yeah.
It was very crude because it looked a bit like an instant Polaroid camera.
It does, didn't it? Yeah. He didn't have the budget of the Star Trek tricorder, did he?
No, they didn't really.
And they start fiddling with it, don't they?
They do.
Well, you get the woo effecty thing going on, and I think
we go to the future then.
we do go to the future.
do,
Yeah. It's very confusing. They're in the future. They're out in the future. It's very hard to keep
this
up.
is the first time we go to the future. We're going to the 22nd century now.
Yeah, Milton Keynes.
It does look a bit like Milton Keynes. He turns it on. So there we go. There's a man who's called the Controller.
Yes.
And he's seated in a big plastic chair with a shit kind of officers' club suit from the 1990s on.
They've gone very Bond villain here, haven't they?
Oh.
They've made it very
Remember
clear.
when people used to wear those suits with those collars?
Yeah. Well, he looks like Blofeld to me.
Yeah, he's got a Blofeld quality.
Yeah.
And he's got a big mop of black hair.
Yeah.
Well, he's quite oily as well. They've oiled him up. Well,
I think he's got silver fingernails as well. I think anyone in the future has silver.
they do. Well, there's a lot of silver going on in the future. That skip you saw later.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, if it's from the future, it's
that's
silver.
how you know.
Yes. And the Controller seems to work in a 22nd century call centre with mainly blonde women.
Yeah.
You spend their time hovering above desks with their hands.
Very much in charge of the recruitment there.
Yes, I think so. Yeah. So, what's the interview process today? What have we got?
Blonde, yes, you're in. Okay, that's
Can
it.
you speak in a slightly dull monotone accent?
I'm going to screw up one of my lines now.
yes, she does, doesn't she?
Yeah, she does.
Yeah.
So he's giving some shit to a couple of aliens.
Oh, the Klingons.
The Ogrons.
Sorry,
nothing
sorry.
like Klingons.
Yeah.
I've written here that they look a bit like Terry Nutkins. They got the Nutkins hair.
Yeah.
The skullet.
Like Nutkins have been on a sunbed far too long.
Yeah. Wearing donkey jackets, because that's what people do with that band around them. Where did you see that before? Oh, the Klingons with them.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just like we need aliens. What's on tonight? Star Trek. Well, we'll have some of that then.
So after he's bollocked them for no obvious reason, suddenly, and here's a moment. Suddenly a Dalek lurches through the doors and says, in a slightly camp way, "Report!"
I need that report.
Report!
Yeah. It does look like a modern office, really, where the Daleks are running it a little bit. I need my report for my figures for my senior
terrible
member.
taskmasters.
Yeah, they are. They really are.
God,
yeah. HR would have loads of issues. with
The
that
meetings
working
in that
environment.
place must go on forever.
Blimey, because they talk so slow.
Let us enunciate every syllable.
Meeting notes
Look,
from
mate,
the meeting.
I've really got a really important phone call.
No, you will hear me. Actually, I need to go to the toilet.
Meeting notes from January 12th, 2022. Dalek 2, not present. Sends apologies.
He does look a bit anxious, doesn't he? He also looks slightly like Charlie Brooker, which is a bit odd. So then we go back to the past, or the present, or the 70s anyway.
It's not important to get this right at all.
No. And on the flimsy pretext that he's going to hang around Styles' gaff, on the off chance some more assassins turn up.
Oh, so he's going to be there when they turn up.
Yeah, the Doctor is now just lying about on the Chesterfield.
Yes.
He sets about instantly raiding the cellar and eating all the cheese.
Yes.
That's nice. Which is exactly the same MO my brother has when he comes to visit me in my house. So,
he just comes in, sits down on the sofa, helps himself to the cheese and pork, and he's off.
Oh, there you go. Oh, there might be some assassins turning up. Lovely. Booze. Drink all the booze.
Because if assassins are turning up, what you want to have is a belly full of cheese and booze. Because that puts you in the perfect position, doesn't it?
Yeah. Slow in every way.
Yeah.
So now the action pivots around the Doctor tucking into some Gorgonzola.
Oh, he's given a good assessment of the wine as well.
Yeah.
How does he describe that?
Yes, most good-humoured wine. Touch sardonic, perhaps, but not cynical. Have you ever had a cynical wine, Mark?
No, I haven't.
After finishing the wine, the Doctor then pours himself a brandy from the decanter. He's not pissed enough at this point.
Yeah.
This is why he never cut it in the army.
No,
clearly.
that's true. Yeah.
And the velvet coat, getting shit-faced.
That's why the time machine's never working.
Yeah, it's true. Suddenly a soldier leaps again through the French windows.
Is this a future soldier?
That's right.
Yes.
So one of the guerrilla forces from the future.
So in the future...
Snow camo.
Yeah, so in the future, their only method of entry into a building is through the window. They've not really worked out transporting materialisation and stuff like that. That's the best they can do.
Well, I mean, there was a budget constraint there.
Yeah,
wasn't there? So they can't do that swirly thing every time.
No,
otherwise
that's true. That's true.
Looks laboured then, doesn't it? At which point the Doctor pulls his hair and gives him a dry slap.
Oh, okay,
And apparently, according to Wikipedia, that's called Venusian karate.
Oh, so this is the Doctor Who Kung Fu, isn't it?
That's it.
Yeah, it's not very convincing Kung Fu, is it?
Well, he's got a glass of wine in one hand. you can't tackle an assassin. That didn't look elegant.
He barely broke a sweat while eating his cheese as he karate chopped him across the back of the head or whatever he did.
Anyway, the man implores him. And he's got his hair, so fair enough.
Yeah.
Not to turn off the time travel device. At which point we cut to a fairly weak cliffhanger. Do you remember the cliffhanger?
No, go for it again.
It is some Daleks stating that whoever has turned on the time travel device will be exterminated. Whilst two of them sort of jiggle around excitedly.
Yeah. Well, they keep repeating themselves as well, don't they? It's very much like they like the sound of their own voices.
God, it's tedious, isn't it?
Oh, God, isn't it? I mean, their only solution to any problem is blow it up. That's all they do. I mean,
shout at it, tell it your plans.
Yes.
and then blow it up. So part 2 starts with everyone's favourite Camp Dalek bitching at the man in the future.
Yes, that meeting's not going well for him, is it?
It's not.
No.
It really isn't.
We have had enough of your excuses.
The Dalek says, "Woo,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think it's very progressive in this show to introduce a garlic. A garlic?
Is that a gay Dalek?
A Dalek that's clearly homosexual.
Yes. I mean, well, we don't know he's clearly. He might just be extremely camp.
So they introduce a Dalek. That's,
I like the garlic
No, the
thing.
garlic can stay in. Don't worry.
Right, okay.
So the garlic's. This might be an extra shite now.
This is all staying in. This is all good.
So, I think it's very progressive of the BBC to include a Dalek that's maybe not straight.
Well, yeah, I think it is. Yeah, right. Because they're normally up to this point. I mean, well, you say that, but you know, in the way we are now, in the modern world, where we've all turned back a gear, we're not quite as progressive anymore. Anyway, but no, they've redone this.
Yes.
And eradicated the gay Dalek voice.
So we've got the special edition as well,
Yeah.
which we are giving away. That
Yes,
comes
we
with
are.
the original. And they've done away with a lot of the corniness, you know.
Yeah. I mean, I like the corniness.
Yeah, I like the meetings, the stand-up meetings they have, yeah.
Oh, well, I mean, it does look better and sound a bit better.
Yeah, yeah.
Taken out some of the really long, protracted sentences.
Because, oh, God.
They really go on, don't
Yeah.
they? Yeah, they really do. Yeah.
I can see why they've done it, but...
So what do they discuss in this meeting then? Because it's obviously not going well.
They are discussing whoever has the
Time vortex device must be exterminated.
They're there with extermination again, every time.
Yeah, that's the answer to everything, isn't it?
Pretty much, yeah.
What are we going to do about the coffee filter?
Exterminate!
Oh, really?
Yeah, we need to go to Sainsbury's and pick us some food up today. Exterminate.
Can you
Yeah.
buy me some hummus? I'm out. So the man who was getting beaten up by the doctor with his
Kung fu.
Vesuvian karate,
Oh, yeah, sorry, yeah.
obviously,
Yeah.
in the previous episode, now all his mates also just meandered through the French windows.
Now, these look like, you remember Superman 2 or 3?
It's the second one.
The second one. You know where I'm going with this,
Yeah,
right? It's the two dudes and the
yeah,
woman,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
Yeah, they look exactly like that.
What's his name? Zod.
Zod, that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, actually, he looks like a really, again, quite camp,
I think it was Zod.
actorly version of Zod. He's got a moustache and slightly long hair.
There was Zod, Lisa Stansfield, and
the big bloke.
And the big bloke, Giant Haystacks.
Yeah. That is who it was.
Yeah.
Good work. So anyway, his mates all meander through the French windows and
Yep.
attempt to kill the Doctor for crimes against humanity.
Yep.
Which is pretty much how all future generations will describe Ponces in velvet smoking jackets, nicking all the Gorgonzola.
Yeah. But they confuse him though, don't they? They believe the Doctor is Styles.
That's right.
And he's not.
He's not.
But the good thing about...
Well, you'd look at him and you go, that guy's Styles.
Yeah. He says Styles to me. Yeah. So they turn up in their glamourfage. Don't forget they've actually gone through lots of trees and stuff to get to this point as well.
Yeah, no.
I don't think they've got the idea of warfare though, because they've got all these tree lines, but they seem to exist in a bit outside the tree line.
They do. It's a very confused. I don't think the military. I'm not sure it's like Ultimate Force where they've had military advisors come on. All the fight scenes do just seem to be just blokes sitting around shooting stuff very slowly.
Yeah.
Anyway, whatever.
And we do love the laser sequences as well because it's
No lasers.
there's no lasers. No,
You have to imagine the lasers.
You're there, then you're gone.
So then we cut back to the
Camp Dalek bitching to the man. We don't care about your excuses.
he says.
He's running a business. He can't do it. He's very much this always reminds me of The Apprentice when they sit in the room. You know, they're coming with a crap
You
business.
are fired.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. They've had a crap business idea or something, or the task's not gone well, and you've got Dalek sugar there giving it, they are exterminate you.
What do you think? Well, he spent a lot of time flapping about.
And he's got Nick and the other one on the other side.
By way of a massive haughtiness offensive, the Doctor manages to prolong their death threats long enough to work out that they think he's Styles.
Yes.
He then points out their rank foolishness
Yeah.
and directs them to directs one of the team to a piece of paper on the desk that proves he's not Styles, and that Styles is in Peking.
Yeah.
Which, whatever that document says...
It's a newspaper.
is that what it was?
Yeah.
Oh, it must do it pretty well, because the bloke looks at it for about a second and then goes, yep.
What's interesting is that the woman can't clearly read there, and she has to hand it to the man.
Oh.
Now, I think that's a little bit...
She's delegating, she's in charge.
Well, that's true, actually, yeah. I just wonder if it was a bit of 70s sexism creeping in there.
No, I mean, she's not. She was too busy aiming the gun at the Doctor.
True.
And his velvet loveliness. Well, whatever. Anyway, suddenly, spotting that the Brigadier's men are outside, the soldiers take the Doctor and Joe down to the cellar and lock them up. Whereupon, they discuss time travel.
Yeah.
Did you like this?
Yeah, well, so the 22nd century, again, I'm not sure it's really the future, is it? Because the best they can do is put the corny mouth gags in that they both get out of in 5 seconds.
Yeah.
Then
they've not learned from watching all those westerns.
Exactly. And all they do is lock the Doctor into the wine store with the cheese, probably. So he's well happy anyway.
He's in the cellar.
Exactly,
Perfect.
yeah.
That's a nightmare waiting to happen. You think I'm listening now?
Yes.
Joe, the Doctor says patronisingly, every decision we make changes the past. No, that's the future.
Yes, that's true. That is true, actually.
But he's confused there.
He's not too sure what time travel is, then, right?
No. Every decision we make changes the past.
Yeah,
how does that work?
Yeah.
Anyway, then Joe asks him, and a fairly pertinent question, you'd think, why the time-travelling assassin gorillas don't just go back to the previous day and have another go at killing Styles when he was definitely in the house.
You see, this is the problem I have with films like Back to the Future and stuff like that. They never give themselves enough time to fix the problem properly.
Well, I think you'll find out there is a reason for that.
Oh.
Do you remember the excellent response?
Go on then.
He explains this can't be done because of the Blinovich limitation effect.
Oh, that, yeah, obviously. Yeah.
Now does it make sense now?
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Well, this doesn't actually ever get explained because he's immediately called out of a room.
Yeah. Oh, they drag him back up, don't they?
Yeah, they do, because the brig is on the phone.
Yeah.
And there's some very clumsy subterfuge coming here. I want to know what the Blinovich limitation effect is.
I want to know how the people of the future can work a phone. They know what it is.
Yeah, they know what a rotary dial phone is in 22nd century.
The old Bakelite's ringing in the corner there. And
whoa!
What's
this
that?
thing's making a noise.
Yeah.
Anyway, but they do that. They go and get him to answer the phone. Answering the phone to the... I should say, the Blinovich limitation effect is going to be... I've got an interview tomorrow.
Yeah.
If I can't think of an answer to one of the questions I'm going to pull out the Blinovich limitation field and then fuck off.
If you start getting a hard time, get out your Venusian Kung Fu or whatever.
Yeah. Just pull someone's hair and give them a slap. So, answering the phone to the Brigadier, the Doctor is forced to pretend that everything is normal and that it's safe for Styles to return after his very quick trip back from Peking.
Does he use a bit of coding in here as well? He's just saying about the Marines, doesn't he?
He does.
Yeah,
it doesn't really make much sense.
I don't understand that.
No, I didn't know how that worked.
Someone like bring the Marines or something, and they both seem to understand what that means.
Yeah.
And I don't understand.
He says everything's fine. You should tell the Prime Minister that everything's fine.
Yeah.
And don't forget to tell the Marines.
That's it,
Then he puts the phone down.
Yeah.
Okay, that's apparently clever subterfuge that they all definitely understood.
Yeah.
So anyway,
hang on. He's got aliens from the future holding him hostage.
Anyway, meanwhile, Joe gets free of her bonds somehow, not really explained, and picks up the time box thing.
Oh, that's her threat,
that was found earlier.
Yeah.
Suddenly, there's that rubbish swirly effect again.
Yep.
And she's transported to the future, even though everyone else has said she's dead.
What I found interesting about this is it's almost like they knew she was coming, because he does it. The guy, the controller, does a spin of the chair as she arrives. Well, hello, you know.
He's just a smooth guy.
And he was thinking, hang on, she's blonde. I can get her on the call centre.
Are you my 3 o'clock?
Yeah.
Anyway, so they're all gone. Oh, she's definitely dead, Doctor.
Does she get splattered across the space?
Yeah, she's in the corridors of time.
That's right. Yeah, they say that she gets, in worst case, she gets splattered across the space continuum.
That is bad.
Best case, she's all right.
Yeah. Which is fortunately what happened. She's fine. She's in the 22nd century, and though she's been mildly baffled by almost everything so far, seems all right with that.
Yeah, it seems absolutely fine.
That seems all right.
Everything's silver. It's very future-like. Yes.
All right. Everything is silver in the future, like in all those 1950s films. Like
Yeah.
Joe goes on to then provide everyone with a very heavily delineated report on what's gone on in this episode so far.
Yeah, she's very
We should
helpful.
get her on here, because
Yeah,
that's pretty much my job.
Yes.
So,
September the 13th, yes.
yes.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
nice.
Yeah,
There you go again.
yeah.
He pulls them out the bag
I
sometimes.
do.
Back in the present day.
Back in the future.
No, we're back in the past now.
Okay.
Not in the present. It's confusing because it's
Yeah.
from it's nearly 50 years ago.
Yeah,
But, back in the present day, we see that there's now a bunch of Ogrons?
Yeah, Klingons.
Ogrons, yeah, those things. Cluttering up the lawn of the house. And in a slightly unusual move, the Doctor pulls a ray gun
Yeah.
and chancing upon the brigadier, and he kills one of the
He does,
Ogrons.
yeah. I mean, they're not exactly fast, to be fair.
No,
either.
well, he doesn't have to do that.
Yeah.
He's going on about, I'm not committing murder.
No.
Didn't matter at that point, though.
Subhuman life form, no problem. You know.
Yeah, fucking hell.
Yeah.
He looks like Terry Nutkins. I hate that bloke. Anyway, so then the brigadier turns up because he's obviously alerted him. And I imagine if you're the brigadier and you're in the army, you go, I'm not sure about that phone call. I'll just turn up myself in a jeep.
Yeah.
Because that's what you do, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
You wouldn't get you get other soldiers to turn up.
The cannon fodder.
No.
Yeah.
Just turns up on his own. Anyway, the Doctor then nicks his jeep and
Yes.
drives off.
It just does one in it, doesn't it? Yeah.
Drives off.
There's a brilliant look as well when he drives off in the jeep. You see it will spin off.
Oh,
yeah.
you, oh.
Yeah. Oh, that Doctor.
Oh.
So he ends up bouncing along the field and going to the bridge.
That's right.
Yeah.
Where the time travelling box thing that looks a bit like a Polaroid camera.
And as I was trying to explain to Ed, the bridge is a metaphor for the bridging between two universes and two times.
Brilliant.
He didn't understand
It was
this
less
at
of a
all.
bridge and a tunnel. It was a tunnel.
It was a tunnel or
Yeah,
whatever.
But a tunnel between two universes.
Yeah.
That's what you're going for.
Exactly.
So do you remember the cliffhanger here?
No.
Because we're at the end of this episode.
Yeah.
Even though very little's happened.
What was the Klingon? Oh no, isn't he running through the tunnels?
Yeah.
And then the Dalek.
A Dalek appears.
They switch the lights on and there's a Dalek.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the cliffhanger.
Yeah.
Well, that's not much of a cliffhanger.
Not really, no.
No.
It was the same as the last cliffhanger, really, when you think about it.
They have less cliffhanger-y sense than you.
Yeah, I think they do.
So upon seeing the Dalek, the Doctor pegs it down a corridor and is mysteriously transported to the 27th century
He is, yes.
somehow. We know he's in the future because there's some shrubland and some high-rise flats.
That's right, yeah. Again, Milton Keynes. I think he's gone to Milton Keynes, doesn't he?
It's a good 22nd century Milton Keynes.
Yeah.
Cut to the Daleks, who are now whinging long-windedly about production levels in the factory.
We need 10% more.
Yeah. They want output increased by 10%. Oh, God. Just shut up.
Do you know what? They could increase the output by 10% by having shorter fucking meetings.
Everyone must hear my poetry. Future Boy claims that it will kill them and then immediately concedes the point and agrees.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
nice.
He's
Good.
proper middle
I've had
management,
a few
really.
bosses like that.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. So I don't agree with your statement. It will kill my staff, but if that's what you want, that's fine.
All right, well...
I will need some blonde chicks, though, extra ones, to help with the workload.
They need to stroke some
Oh,
computers.
he goes out and asks for a report, doesn't he, to the monotone blonde lady.
Yeah, and that's when she... is that when she screws her line up?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, I like it when she screws her line
Yeah.
up. He just lets it go.
He does, doesn't he? Yeah.
He's a gentleman.
I think everything's done in one take. So he says, I want the reports on my desk by the morning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's good. Outside, the Doctor is still milling about in his frill shirt
Yeah.
when he stumbles upon one of the factories.
He does, doesn't
Do
he?
you
Yeah,
remember this?
yeah, he does. And he sees the human race enslaved.
Yes, he does. In the future, factories will contain men in smocks, in silver smocks, covering around small amounts of brick dust in
Yeah.
plastic bins that have also been sprayed silver,
Yeah.
whilst intermittently being called scum.
And let's not forget, just to let you know, it's the future again. The buckets are silver.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
how. Yeah, those plastic buckets that you get now, but they're silver.
Hang on, I just worked out how you increase productivity by 10. Bigger buckets.
You're crazy. That'll never work. I think you just count scum. As long as you keep doing it, it'll be fine. Naturally, the Doctor looks on, appalled, until one of the Nutkins boys comes and smacks him over the head with a pipe.
Yes.
That was a good bit, wasn't it?
Doesn't seem to see that coming, does he?
Well, no, because he got smacked over the back of the head by a pipe.
Yeah, but I mean, surely the rules of Venetian Jiu-Jitsu or whatever it is.
He was too busy worrying about humankind in the future, wasn't he?
He's thinking, do they still do hairspray in this era?
No one's wearing any velvet. What's happening?
No one's got ruffles on. What's going on?
These poor bastards. The Doctor is taken back to a luxury area where he meets Joe again and the controller, and they lie around on plastic pillows and drink more wine. More wine from specimen containers.
Nice.
To be spied on by the Daleks.
They are, yes.
His appearance does not meet our data.
And the reason they say that is that they're not sure who he is because he's changed.
He's regenerated.
Yeah, he's regenerated.
Since the last time they've met.
Does that usually happen when one of the actors dies? Is it a way of getting
No, it's when he gives up the role. And they want to carry on the series. But yes, he's being spied on by the Daleks who go, "We must use the mind analysis machine."
Yes.
Probably weren't that camp.
No.
But Master of Subterfuge, no four walls can contain the Doctor. He's got a plan to get out. So he waits for the controller to leave. What's the plan?
The plan is to get the girl to scream.
Yeah, the classic.
Get the mutton chops man to come in.
Yeah.
And then karate chop him.
Pretty much. That's pretty much it. Yeah,
any plan I've done in the past has followed that format, roughly speaking.
Right, it's a simple classic.
Yeah, you can't go wrong, can you?
Good. So they run out of the building. Apparently didn't have any problems with that.
No.
There was only people locking them in.
One layer of security and that was it.
As soon as they're out that door, they're out.
Yeah,
they're outside. But then what happens? Luckily, someone's put like a sort of 70s trike.
Oh yeah, the old
Tiny,
Honda, the old Honda little big-wheeled bike thing. Just handily there, no keys required. What's interesting I found about that bike?
Who's riding that? The Daleks?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Why is that there?
It looks like it's been left over from a dwarf stunt show.
Well, so he gets on that. She's on the back. They're clearly going about 2 miles an hour.
Let's not forget though, he starts it off with a pull, which is
does.
an engine, and they've obviously put a crap sound effect on it to make it sound like it's in the future. Unbelievable. Anyway, they try and do their escape, but even the Gorgons, or whatever they're called.
Orgons? Orgrons? I don't know.
So this little bike can do 1 mile an hour.
Yeah.
They can do 1 mile an hour.
Yeah.
So effectively, it's just a chase.
It's a very unimpressive chase scene.
It's awful.
The Doctor drives through a quarry filled with Orgrons, what they're called. Before then, he's just hit on the head again.
Yeah. Well, he has a really bad crash.
For sake, stop hitting me on the head!
There's a crash, isn't there? Which is pathetic. He hits some flowers and stops.
And then a bloke comes up and hits her over the head.
Yeah.
That's nice. And that's the episode, weirdly.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So here we go, back to cliffhanger again, Mark.
Yeah.
How much cliffhanger retention have you got here? Do you remember this one?
I don't remember this one either.
This one again. Not great.
No.
The Doctor is strapped to a table
Oh, that's right.
a silver Alice band on his forehead, which we can assume is the mind analysis machine.
Yeah, so and he's got his head on the breeze block as well, hasn't he?
For some reason.
Yeah.
Whilst previous pictures of the actors that played the Doctor, Patrick Troughton and William Hartnell, flash up on a screen behind him.
Yeah.
It is the Doctor.
It is. It's confirmed.
The screen, the Daleks. But we knew that anyway, so it's not a massive cliffhanger again. There,
not really. No.
They're really not doing well with cliffhangers.
But and again, it
cliffhangers.
Ends on the Daleks again, doesn't it?
Does, yeah.
They seem to be involved with every cliffhanger.
That's right.
Yeah. So this is episode 4, Ed.
This is it. The conclusion where pretty much everything happens.
Everything happens. We've had to think about this a little bit.
Yeah.
Bearing in mind you haven't actually seen the last episode, it's about an hour ago.
That's right.
We're winging this a little bit.
We are slightly.
Yeah.
That
may come across on all the other bits, but that was planned stuff.
This is. It might sound like it's impromptu, but there's a lot of work goes into those bits to make them sound impromptu.
Yeah, exactly.
So, that's nice. You will be exterminated.
So we open up and Doctor Who is strapped down to the man.
That's right.
And they're going through the process of reading his mind.
That's right.
And then the controller steps in.
Controller comes in.
He's like, lads, I can do a better job than this.
I can deal with this.
Exactly,
Leave this with me and my actually ways.
Yes. I know the psychology of the human.
Yes.
Yeah.
Being a human, he's probably all right there.
To be fair to the Daleks, they listen, they give it a go. They're all right with it.
The normal response would just be exterminate.
Exactly,
When they
yeah,
go with
yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Right. I was having a
Actually,
good day.
that's a good idea.
Actually, I did have a heavy lunch. Yeah, go on, whatever.
Yeah. Crack on, mate.
So then they go back to the luxury area.
Yes.
Where
For
they
more cheese and wine.
Again, they just sit around drinking wine.
Yeah.
A lot of wine in this episode.
Yeah.
And he tells that the controller explains that at the end of the 20th century, 100 years of devastating world wars began, killing 7/8
Yep.
of the population and forcing the rest to hide in holes in the ground, like Milton Keynes.
Yes, yeah.
So there we go.
Yeah.
It was during this period the Daleks invaded. Oh, I hate that. Conquering the world.
That was a long invasion.
Oh, I hate the opportunist freaks.
Yeah.
Conquering the world and using it for raw materials.
Yeah.
And it is really raw because we've seen. We've seen.
It's effectively gravel.
Yeah.
They're obsessed
really
with gravel.
that's what they use.
They've got their own Dalek tarmac.
to power their bumps. They need gravel.
We need smooth surfaces.
Tarmac my lawn. I don't know what that means. Anyway, moving on. Some humans cooperated. We find out, and the controller's family have been officials for 3 generations.
It's a family business.
Yeah, 3 generations isn't that much actually.
Not 100 years. But then saying that though, chances are they got exterminated.
That's
along
probably
the way, because that was the pattern, really, wasn't it? Yeah.
Who has used the toilet paper? And
Exterminate.
left the cardboard roll in the toilet.
Who didn't flush? So at this stage as well, the gorillas.
The gorillas.
Yeah, spelt not like gorillas, but
They're not hairy gorillas.
No.
They're gorillas with a U.
not banana eaters.
Yeah. You might have banana.
Yeah. They start to formulate a plan of how they're going to get into the city.
Yeah.
So
They've got a child's map.
Yeah, one of their children has drawn a map. Used colour actually.
Yeah, it's nice.
To that effect.
Yeah.
And they agree to attack the city via the tunnels. And then they start their attack, which looks like Milton Keynes again.
Yeah.
Although we know it's the future.
How do we know it's the future?
Because there's a skip and it's been painted silver.
Oh, that
So
is
it's
very
definitely future.
futuristic.
There's a firefight. There's a Dalek involved.
Yeah.
There's a suicide guy.
Yeah.
He attaches a bomb to the Dalek and blows up.
Yeah.
You know, that's the only way you can
Heroically.
yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely, yeah. And to be fair to this, it's quite an horrific scene, isn't it? Backlit by council garages.
It might work better. I mean, we've got because you bought the DVD, we've seen the original version.
Yeah,
the ray guns that do nothing.
Yeah.
Or the slightly fancy and modern version where
Yeah.
they've redone it, where the ray guns actually have rays coming out.
Yeah, which is not much nicer. It's a bit more
It sort of
understandable.
makes a slightly more sense rather than just people moving a gun that moves in and out and the nib of it sort of moves about.
I think we start to see where the budget constraints come in here as well,
Yeah.
because there's clearly council garages behind them.
Hey, Joe's knickers aren't cheap.
No, that's true, actually. Yeah.
That's the good stuff.
So once they've done their attack now,
Yep.
you cut back now to the Doctor, the Controller, and Joe.
So the gorillas attack the controller's base and rescue the Doctor.
They do.
And just before that happens, Joe flounces out of the room.
This is our
with
favourite scene.
quite a lot of red pants.
Yeah,
on
there's
display.
a lot of action there.
Big red pants action.
We recommend for all the Doctor Who fans.
Yeah.
I'm guessing don't get out much. That's probably the closest they get to
I know
women.
I don't, and
Yeah.
that made my day, frankly. So
And, there's a nice flash anyway.
yeah, it's good.
Mm.
So one of the soldiers is about to shoot the controller, and the Doctor says no. And
He's only doing his job.
yeah,
You know.
yeah, that's nice, isn't it?
Yeah, it's actually. Yeah, I think it's
The
good.
rebels take the Doctor back to their hideout and tell him the rest of the story.
Yep.
Yeah, lots of exposition here.
Now, you're going to have to bear with us on this one because this is quite complicated, isn't it?
Yeah,
So they start recalling the story,
yeah,
and then it's sort of juxtapositioned with, in the past, and then Back to the Future, and vice versa.
yeah. Slightly confusing way. Yeah.
And there's some very old actors hanging around in the background as well, just doing nothing.
In profile.
Yeah.
In the dark.
And there's one behind the blonde guy
Yeah.
with the moustache, the leader with the
I
cravat.
love that guy.
Yeah,
He's
he's got the
He
cravat.
looks
you like
nothing
that.
like a guerrilla soldier, but
No.
he does look exactly like an actor from the 70s.
He's very glamour-flashed up, isn't he?
He's wearing a cravat with
Yeah.
his... Right,
But he's
that's
got a guy behind him continuously who's in various stages of falling asleep.
Yeah, anyway, it's nice. So Styles has organised the peace conference, and when Audley House was blown up, everyone was killed.
Yes.
And the rebels, that's
Guerrillas.
the rebel guerrilla Ponzi actors,
Yeah.
believed that Styles had engineered the whole thing.
Yep.
Although why they thought that is
I've
slightly
no idea. Yeah.
slightly confusing.
If they're in the future, they must know that who blew it up. But anyway,
Well,
long and short of it is, they work out that they left a guy behind previously to being attacked by the
no one's thought
organs.
Yeah, Ogrons.
Ogrons.
Not the organs.
Sorry, the organs. Ogrons. And he's got an injured arm.
Yeah.
And they work out finally he's the one that blows up the building.
Ah.
What device does he use?
Well, he uses a bomb in a plastic sandwich bag.
Yeah, that he keeps. But no, he's
Yeah,
in his,
it keeps
in
in
his
his
rucksack.
tits.
Yeah. What's
And then he turns it on by twisting a small
Yeah.
piece of wire.
Yeah.
That could have happened under his arm, and
Exactly,
he wouldn't have even
yeah.
noticed.
Exactly.
It doesn't
Well,
look safe.
I didn't understand it. There's also a remote control for it later as well.
They're using the Dalek-derived time machine technology to travel to the past, and they tried to kill Styles before. It's quite convoluted, this bit. To kill Styles before he destroys the peace conference
Yeah.
that he's holding.
Yeah.
They use the tunnels because of the only common location
Yep.
between the two time zones.
Yes.
The Doctor is obviously sceptical, believing that Styles is a stubborn but basically a good man.
Yes.
And he's based that on him having a moustache and being endlessly haughty to him
And
at
a fine
every scene.
And a fine selection of cheese and wine.
Yeah, well, anyone who has a Gorgonzola of that quality can't be
can't
all
be
bad.
bad.
Yeah. When the Doctor finds out that the rebels bought the bomb made of Dalekanium with them, the powerful, unstable explosive that will affect even Dalek casings, he realises that the rebels are caught in a predestination paradox.
It's happened to us all the time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
does happen.
Yeah.
The very cause of the explosion, they went back in time to prevent. They create their own history by making it happen.
Yep.
And whoever the guy who's back in the 21st century, Shergar, whatever his name is.
The guy jumping around the fields and the
That's
foliage.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's the man that did it.
Yeah.
Oh,
Unbelievable. What
Yeah.
revelation.
wasn't it though?
Yeah. And in the meantime, the Daleks are planning their invasion as well, aren't they?
That's right.
They go back to the space bridge.
That's right.
Or the space-time continuum bridge.
Yeah.
And then there's a Dalek and Oregon.
Ogron. Not Oregon.
Elite task force.
That's right. Of 7 people.
Yeah, well,
And a couple of robots.
clearly there's only 3 Daleks because you only see 3 come out, then they rerun the sequence again. Another 3 come out, another 3 come out, and then there's a running skirmish with the unit commandos.
Very slow skirmish.
And by this stage, the Doctor has come back in time.
Yeah.
To present day.
Yeah.
To then tell everyone, you need to leave.
He gets
basically.
everyone out of the building.
Yeah.
At which point, despite the fact that there's a lot of people fighting with guns in the back garden,
Yeah.
they just kind of meander out, get
Yeah,
in their cars,
they
and
take
drive
their
slowly
time.
away.
Yeah, no
I would have
worries.
thought they'd be, oh, shit, I could die.
Sorry, did you see the speed they were moving across the lawn?
Yeah,
They
I mean,
had
in
at
fairness, they were in good time. So,
I mean, they looked out and nothing had
they
changed.
looked out and
now.
went, oh, God, that's going to take ages
Yeah.
for those bloody Daleks to come across that lawn.
And the Orgons are even slower than the Daleks. Daleks and the Ogrons
Right.
finally get to the building.
Yeah.
By this time it's been evacuated. The Daleks are now in the building.
Ah.
However, we never see the Dalek enter because there's a small lip on the door that he can't get past. What you don't see off camera is
Cuts to that point,
there's
doesn't
there's 3 of the Orgons or the Organs, whatever, picking the Dalek up to go over this little threshold.
Lift me! This is annoying!
There's a lip.
Why don't they have wheelchair access in this house?
Yeah, in the future there is wheelchair access. And also, what else has happened? And so this is quite complicated, so I do apologise.
Right.
Doctor Who has talked to Shergar,
Yeah.
or whatever his name is,
Yeah.
and persuaded him that he has to effectively decides to self-sacrifice by this stage as well.
Yeah.
So again, the Doctor's cleared out.
He's already got a manky arm.
Exactly.
He's going the
He ain't going nowhere. The future can't fix that, you know. Yeah, so it's all evacuated now, and then there's a massive explosion as the Shergar self-sacrifices himself.
Yeah.
Daleks destroyed.
So what happens at the end? The Doctor tells Styles that it's now up to him to make the conference a success. Styles assures the Doctor that it will be. The Doctor gives a bit of a wink to Joe and says they know it will be too. Yeah, because they've been there.
And there's no cliffhanger this time.
And they've seen what Milton Keynes looks like, and that's not pretty.
Milton Keynes of the future as well, yeah.
Well, thank you very much, lovely listeners, for listening again. So if you have anything you would like us to review, please do get in contact. Obviously, choose something from YouTube or possibly Daily Motion now, as we've opened that up.
Or Amazon DVD list.
So we're across the board now.
Yeah.
But if you'd like to get in contact, please get in contact via the Facebooks. You can find us there, or at Twitter at hello_shite. We're there. Or you can email us at hello@helloshite.com.
Also, if you're a member of the cast from this, you want to get in touch with us,
talk to us about your pants.
Yeah, exactly. Please do.
I should say that Katie Manning told us she over the Twitters that she matched her pants to her skirts.
Really?
And I've found that to be incorrect.
Really?
Oh, by the way, Mark, there's a button flashing on your mix desk over there, mate.
Yeah, mate, that's the space-time continuum alerter button.
Oh, right. I thought it was the graphic equaliser.
No, mate, no, mate. Just let me bend over. I'll just check the instruction manual.
Okay. Oh, God! Mate, what, those red pants? What are you doing?
Very comfortable. That's why I wear them.
Oh my God. Your exact duplicate has just appeared in the corner of the room.
He has. He looks very good, doesn't he?
Buff, mate. You've been working out.
Yeah, he's been working out. The future's good for him.
Yeah.
Hang on a minute, he's saying something.
This is your future self. This episode is not very good. The end game is awful.
Actually, that is true.
Yeah, he's got a point.
But actually, who's that? I mean, I can see you.
Yeah.
Who's that fat bloke you're with?
That's you, Ed.
Well, that can't be right, can it?
Oh, are you sure?
Yeah, well, I mean, that looks nothing like how I look when I pout at myself in the mirror in the morning. Hey, hang on, they're both disappearing now. Hey, my cheese and wine!
It's gone.
Bastards.
Ed, my future self is right, mate. This episode is not very good.
Does seem a bit laboured, doesn't it? But,
It does.
the Blinovich limitation effect.
Oh, not again.
I cross the void beyond the mind, the empty space that circles time.